one of the things that I do share with people is simply that if you're drinking too much, or maybe you're using other substances, let's say, to numb, stuff, deny, and ignore your feelings instead of actually facing your demons, looking at them, admitting where you are to yourself, and then working toward solutions, we're just kind of kidding ourselves. We're fooling ourselves if we don't move in this direction. And so, Hero Maker Method is a book that I'm currently working on. And that's one of the reasons I'm not reading other books at the moment, just because I want to get through this and not be influenced by other things too much. But the Hero Maker Method for Men is a book I'm working on currently. And the strategies are something that has been built over many, many years, probably 20. But the last 10 years have been extremely pivotal. And then the last 3 have been even more pivotal. Because I'll give you an example. Here's the type of thing. I am simply a guide. I am a guide. I am not a guru. I have no desire to be a guru. And I have no desire to be that person who says, hey, look at me. I've done all this, so you could do it too. Now, obviously, there's an aspect of that because there are certain things that I've learned, and my desire to share those things is very strong. It's the whole reason why I'm working on this project and this business and this book and this membership. I thought for a while that just having a coaching program, group coaching, and then a one-on-one coaching program would be sufficient. It would be fine. And from a revenue standpoint, it would be totally fine. But what I realized is that not everybody can afford a higher ticket coaching program. So the Hero Council is an opportunity for me to actually help as many men as possible, or guide as many men as possible toward improvements in their life. And it will enable me to work with a lot more people. So that's the idea of the Hero Council and the Hero Council podcast. It's an opportunity to be raw, transparent, and have discussions for men 35 and older about gaining clarity and building a bulletproof self-esteem, if I was going to encapsulate the whole idea. Because when we're in the middle of, let's say, a dark night of the soul, or challenges, transitions, things that are soul crushing, I'll give you an example of a few. Back in 2018, I lost everything in the wildfires in California, and it was literal and physical. It was actual, and it was much different than when I lost everything before, at the end of my first marriage, when everything fell apart and I basically walked away from most of it after the separation and divorce happened. Very different, because you don't have a choice when the fire comes. It threw a few things in my car and drove away, thought I would go back later that afternoon, and it was all gone. So it's part of my story. It's definitely not what identifies me. It's not part of my identity, but within 1 month after that, and I came back to where I grew up in Texas, my father started having problems with his heart. We had been trying to work with him for 2 or 3 years to help him with nutrition, exercise, and try to reprogram and turn around his habits and thought patterns around taking care of himself. Didn't work. Within a few months, my dad passed away. And then within a year and a half, my mother passed away. Now, these all happened within a few years. And I could tell you, if I hadn't done the work prior to these events, my reactions would have been extremely different. I would have reacted to everything.